Hello my self-motivated friends. Let us consider the next question in our series of discussion on bills of exchange. So question number 5, in the previous lecture we have considered question number 4. So this is lecture number 13 I think. Question number 5, practical problem. Amol draws a bill on Atul for 24,000 rupees on 6th of October 2019 for 3 months. In the previous question they had not given us the dates, but in this question they have given us the dates. 6th October 2019 for 3 months. Atul accepts the bill on the same date. Amol sends the bill to bank for collection on 20th October 2019. Before the due date, Atul finds himself unable to make the payment of the bill and requests Amol to renew it. Amol agrees to the proposal on the condition that Atul should pay rupees 10,000 in cash along with interest of rupees 800 and accept a new bill for 2 months for the balance. Atul retired the bill on 12th of January 2020 by paying rupees 13,500. Give journal entries in the books of Amol. First try to understand what are the basic requirements of this problem. They have asked us to prepare journal entries in the books of Amol. Only journal, ledger is not asked. Journal also is not asked in the books of both the parties. They have asked us to prepare journal only in the books of one party, that is Amol. What have they told you? Amol draws a bill. That means Amol is the drawer. So they are asking us to prepare the journal entries in the books of drawer. If it is in the books of drawer, that means it is yellow books. And only journal, no ledger, nothing of that sort. So opening balance आहे का नाही आहे त्याबद्दल विचार करायची गरज नाही आहे. We need not think about whether there is opening balance or not, because opening balance is a requirement of ledger accounts, not a requirement for journal entries. Amol draws a bill on Atul for rupees 24,000. While discussing, let me write down the observations quickly for you. Let me copy the observations from here and this I'll put it there, so it will be easy for me to quickly complete the things. Yes. Who is the drawer? Amol is the drawer. Amol is the drawer and Atul is the drawee. Next, transaction of sale or purchase is not given, hence in ledger account there will be opening balance, but ledger accounts are not asked, so we will not have to consider the ledger account opening balance. We are just writing it down that if they would have asked us the ledger accounts, we would have kept the opening balance. Okay. Next, bill is drawn for rupees 24,000 for 3 months on 6th October. Bill is drawn on 6th October 2019 for rupees 24,000 for 3 months. So what is the nominal due date? Nominal due date is equal to 6th October 2019 plus 3 months. Sixth October plus 3 months, that goes to 6th October to 6th November, 6th November to 6th December, 6th December to 6th January, that goes to 6th of January. 6th January 2020. You have to be careful about it. Now the year is changing. Then there is LDD. What is LDD? Legal due date. Legal due date is 6th of January 2020 plus 3 days. That goes to 9th of January 2020. So NDD of first bill and LDD of first bill. Remember, these observations are only for you and me. You need not write it in the exam. Okay, this is only for you and me. NDD of first bill and LDD of first bill. Next, they have told that this bill is not kept by Amol with himself, but he has not endorsed it, he has not discounted it, but he has sent to bank for collection on 20th of October 2019. So bill, first bill I can say, first bill is sent to bank for collection on 20th October 2019. Okay, Next one, but before the due date. Now they have not told what is the date, but they have told that before the due date the bill is renewed. So first bill is cancelled before the due date at the request of Atul. And then it is being told, Amol agrees, okay, let me cancel the bill, that is okay for me, but condition is that you should pay some amount immediately. Total amount was 24,000. Pay me at least 10,000 rupees, but not just 10,000. I want you to pay rupees 10,000 along with interest of rupees 800. This is very important. In the previous question, interest amount was not given, interest rate was given. We were required to calculate interest. In the current problem, interest amount is already given, so we are not required to calculate interest. Second point, in the previous problem, cash rupees 5,000 was paid immediately, and for the balance, together with interest, new bill was drawn. So the new bill was containing the amount of interest in the previous problem. Whereas in this problem, it is clearly told that along with cash, interest of rupees 800 will have to be paid. So interest is not to be added in the amount of new bill, interest is to be added in the amount of cash itself. Sir, but in the previous problem, you had specifically discussed that if we are paying cash today, there is no delay in payment of cash. That means interest will not have to be paid on the amount of cash which is paid today. Instead, interest must be on the new bill, because the new bill is for additional 3 months, 4 months, 2 months, whatever it may be. So new bill is going to take extra time, extra delay. That means on the amount of new bill, interest should be calculated. Yes, I said like that. So sir, now in this problem you are telling that interest is along with cash. First thing first, your doubt is very clear, your doubt is very perfect, that's not a problem, but understand exactly how the problem is constructed. They are not telling you that interest is calculated on the cash of rupees 10,000 which is paid today. They are telling you that interest is rupees 800 which we have already calculated. Calculated on what? That they have not specified. So it is implied that it must be calculated on the remaining amount of rupees 14,000, because interest will never be charged on the money which is paid immediately. Interest will always be charged on the money which is going to be paid over a period of time. So rest assured, be rest assured, there is no need to worry about it. Interest of rupees 800 is not calculated on the amount of cash of rupees 10,000 which is paid today. The only thing is, there were two options. This interest can be paid immediately along with cash, calculated on the balance, but paid immediately, or interest can be paid along with the new bill. So there are two different things. Number one, interest is calculated on the basis of what? Interest is always, whether it is fourth question or it is fifth question. In any case, interest is always calculated on the amount which is not paid today, but for which extra period is demanded. So interest is always calculated on the remaining amount. Only thing is, whatever interest you have calculated on the remaining amount, when to pay it. And for when to pay it, there are two options. Either you can pay it together with the cash which is paid today, or you can pay it together with the new bill which you are going to draw afterwards, or which you are going to pay afterwards. So there are two options only for payment, not on calculation. Calculation is always on the amount which is pending. I repeat, calculation is always on the amount of the first bill minus cash paid today. Remaining amount you are going to calculate interest. Interest is always on the balance amount. Interest is always on the remaining amount. Interest is always on the amount which is kept pending. Interest is never on the amount which is paid today. So how to calculate, that is clear. Second part, after calculating the interest, how to pay, when to pay, there are two options. For calculation there are no two options. For calculation there is only one single technique. But for payment there are two options. Either you can pay it today itself along with the cash, or you can add it in the amount of new bill and you can pay it at the time of due date of the new bill. Calculation on, no option. calculation always on the balance amount. Payment, two options, either today or along with new bill. In the previous problem, it was paid along with new bill. In the current problem, it is paid along with cash, that is today itself. In the previous problem, interest was required to be calculated, plus it was required to be accounted and paid. In the current problem, interest calculation is not required to be done. It is already done by them, 800 rupees. We are just required to account for the same. In the previous problem, calculation and accounting. In the current problem, only accounting. Calculation is already done. Okay. Next part. Part payment made is for 10,000 plus interest, 10,000 plus interest of rupees 800 is equal to 10,800. Next, and accept a new bill for 2 months for the balance, and accept a new bill for 2 months for the balance. Okay, so what is the balance? New bill amount is equal to first bill plus interest minus cash paid. So the amount of first bill was rupees 24,000 plus interest is rupees 800 minus cash paid is rupees 10,800. So the amount of new bill must be rupees how much? 14,000. Okay, and then they have told you that it is retired by him on 12th of January 2020. Second bill, I'll call it a second bill. Yes, second bill is retired on 12th of January 2020 at rupees 13,500. That means it is retired at a discount of rupees 500, because second bill amount we have already calculated in our point number 9, and the amount was rupees 14,000, but it is settled now at rupees 500. That means we are going to consider at rupees 13,500. That means we are going to consider there is a discount received of rupees 500 by Mr. Atul, or it is discount allowed of rupees 500 by Mr. Amol. So these are the observations. Pause the video, write down the observations. These are not for your exam, these are only for you and me. So let us now go ahead with the journal. Yellow journal in the books of Amol. First entry, there is no entry for purchase or sale. First entry is directly on 6th of October. Entry is of rupees 24,000. Bill is coming from Atul. Bill is coming in. Debit what comes in the books of Amol. This is seller also. Okay, just a minute. Bill is coming in and Atul is the giver. So entry will be, date is given to us 6th of, yes, I'll have to change the font size for a date. Yeah, here it is, 6th of October 2019. Bill is coming in. Bills receivable account debit to Atul account. Amount is rupees how much? 24,000 was the amount of bill. Original bill was of rupees 24,000. Being bill received, duly accepted. Being bill received, duly accepted. Okay, first entry is complete. Next, on 20th October we are going to send it to bank for collection. So 20th October 2019 we are going to send it to bank for collection. So entry will be, either you can use a long name, bill sent to bank for collection account, or you can use a short name, bank for collection account. entry will be bank for collection account debit. Bank for collection account debit. Be careful when you are thinking about bank for collection, it means that the bank is not working as your financer, but bank is working as your agent. So bank for collection account debit to bills receivable account. Bills receivable account amount is rupees how much? 24,000. Bill is going out, but no money is received in the bank today. We don't want money today. We want money only on the due date. We are just telling the banker to be our agent and collect the bill on our behalf from the drawee on the due date. Being bill sent to bank for collection. Now actually speaking, after doing this thing, Amol had totally forgotten the bill. Now he knows that the responsibility is given to the banker. On the due date, banker will go and collect the money from Atul and will deposit the money in the current account of Amol. So that is how Amol was tension free. But all of a sudden, they have not given us the date. All of a sudden, before the due date, this Mr. Atul has come to Amol. Atul has come to Amol and he is making a request that Mr. Amol, I know that you had drawn a bill of rupees 24,000 on me and which I have accepted. But it seems that when the due date will come, I will not have necessary cash to pay. So ultimately I will dishonor the bill. And then you will take me to the court of law. That means my reputation, my name will be lost. Please help me. I am coming on my own. I am telling you that I won't have the cash on the due date. Please help me. Please cancel the bill. Amol is saying, I could have cancelled the bill, but it is not in my cash box. It is already given to the bank for collection. So it is not in my hands. Atul will ask, sir, have you sold the bill? You have not sold the bill. You have sent it to bank for collection. Bank is your agent. Just tell the bank, don't go to collect the bill on due date from Mr. Atul. Bank will accept it. Get that bill from the bank and let us cancel it. Let us tear it off. I am going to pay you some cash today, and for remaining amount you can charge me interest, which if you want I am ready to pay today itself. So today I will pay cash out of the old bill, plus I will pay cash for the interest, and for remaining amount we can draw the new bill. So Amol is happy now, he is going to get interest. So Amol is saying, okay, it's okay, I will go and tell the bank that let us cancel the bill. So since Atul approached Amol and requested for cancellation of bill, Amol went to the bank and asked the bank to give the bill back. Amol has gone to the bank and told the bank that in the past, on 20th October, I came to you. On 20th October, I came to you. I gave you a bill stating that this bill is given to you for the purpose of collection. That bill you give it back to me now. I don't want you to collect the bill on the due date. Give it back to me. Bank will say, okay. If you don't want us to do the work, that's okay for us. We will give it back to you. So Amol will specify that a bill which is sent to bank for collection is required to be cancelled. And by cancelling this bill, I am going to accept that Atul is again my debtor. So originally there was one bills receivable account which was debited by me. Please look at the cursor. Bills receivable account, debit. And then on 20th October I have already credited bills receivable account. So bills receivable debit on 6th October. Bills receivable credit on 20th October. It is cancelled. But there is a bank for collection account debit. There is an asset called as bank for collection account. This asset is useless now, and Atul, who was earlier considered by me as a person who has settled his account, is actually speaking yet to settle his account. So Atul is my debtor and bank for collection asset is useless. Entry will be Atul account debit. Atul account debit to bank for collection account. If you have understood it properly, then you can understand that basically it is nothing but an entry for dishonor. But it is not dishonor on the due date, it is dishonor before the due date. It is dishonor by request. He is coming and telling on his own that please cancel the bill. So it is not called as dishonor, it is called as cancellation. Being bill sent to bank for collection cancelled. Being bill sent to bank for collection cancelled, and since we have cancelled it, bank for collection is gone. Since we have cancelled it, Atul has again become our debtor. Okay, Thereafter, we are going to specify Mr. Atul. If you want to cancel it, don't forget to pay some cash. How much cash you are going to pay? 10,000. How much cash you are going to keep pending? 14,000. Then on that 14,000 you should pay interest. How much interest? They are not telling us the rate of interest. They are already telling us the amount of interest, that is rupees 800. So in reality, if this question number 5 would have been just like question number 4, then what we would have done? We would have passed the entry of rupees 10,000 cash received now. Then we would have passed the entry for interest of rupees 800. And then we would have prepared the new bill of rupees 14,800. This is what we would have done. But the problem is clearly told that interest is to be considered along with cash. That means before the entry for cash, we are going to pass the entry for interest. So today, on this particular date when the bill is cancelled, immediately we are going to specify how much cash we are ready to pay, 10,000. But together with 10,000, don't forget to pay interest. He will ask, sir, how much interest? Interest we will calculate not on 24,000, not on 10,000, but on 14,000, which is calculated, and the amount is rupees 800, which is what we are going to record now. We are going to specify Atul is our debtor not only by rupees 24,000 but also by the amount of interest. So to interest account, amount is rupees how much? 800. Being interest charged. Okay, being interest charged. Next part. Then we are going to specify, let me receive the cash. How much cash you should pay now? He was originally going to pay rupees 10,000, but we had put him a condition that you should pay cash together with interest. So today, when the date is not known, it is before the due date. Today we are going to receive cash from Atul. How much cash we are receiving from him? We are receiving cash of rupees 10,800 from him. So cash account debit. Cash account debit 10,800. And Atul is the creditor, Atul is the giver, we can say. So being cash received together with interest in part settlement, being cash received together with interest in part settlement, full stop. Next, then how much is the pending amount remaining? Pending amount remaining is 14,000. So we are going to specify, let us draw a new bill. Bill is coming in, debit what comes in? Bills receivable account debit. Bills receivable account debit to Atul account. Amount is rupees 14,000. Amount is rupees 14,000. Being bill received duly accepted for the balance amount. Okay. Next, but before the due date of this bill, our hero, that is Mr. Atul, he is a very gentleman. So he came on which date? He came to us on 12th of January, and then he has paid the amount of rupees 13,500 early. So now also he has come early. On which date? He has come on 12th of January. Okay, 12th of January he has come and is paying us the amount. So 12th of January 2020, cash is coming in, debit what comes in? Cash account debit. And then we are not going to get full cash. Since he is coming early and paying us early, we are also happy. We are saying okay, for prompt payment or for early payment generally we allow cash discount. So now we are also going to allow discount. Remember, this is not the discount which is charged by the bank for discounting of bill, but this is discount allowed. That is discount charges. This is not discount charges. This is nothing but cash discount allowed. Discount charges are when the bill is sent, when the bill is sold to the bank. Here there is no bill sold to the bank. Here it's a transaction not between drawer and the bank, but it's a transaction between drawer and a drawee. Drawee is paying the bill before the due date. So drawer is very happy, very nice. Since you are paying before the due date, I am ready to give you some cash discount. So cash account debit, discount allowed account debit to bills receivable account. Cash account debit, discount allowed account debit to bills receivable account. Cash account debit is how much? 13,500. discount allowed account debit how much? 500, and to bills receivable account is how much? 14,000. okay, just check it out. 14,000. I'm just shifting myself. Being second bill honored before due date and cash discount allowed, So that's all. Let me enlarge the screen. These are the entries, nothing more than that. Okay, if there is any difficulty, you can ask me in the comment section. Pause the video, check the entries, write down the entries properly, and if there is any difficulty, you can ask me in the comment section. Do subscribe for our channel, share it with your friends, and study with me. In the next lecture, I'm going to consider one more difficult level problem. Okay, as the problems are going ahead now, slowly the difficulty level will increase. In this problem, what did we study? A bill is drawn, received, then it is sent to bank for collection. Before the due date, it is cancelled. Then cash is going to be paid, but the interest is paid together with cash. So interest entry is done first and then cash entry is done. In the previous solution, if you remember, the cash entry was done first and interest entry was done afterwards. The reason was interest was together with the second bill. Here interest is together with cash. That's why interest entry is made before cash, and then cash is received. Then new bill is drawn, and ultimately new bill is also retired. Since it is retired, that's why it is discount. It is having some discount allowed adjustment also. So very beautiful problem. I hope you have understood the same. So be with me. In the next lecture, we are going to consider next problem. Till then, bye bye.